For decades, many U.S. universities were solid places of academic excellence, producing well-rounded citizens. Now, they're embroiled in a row about white privilege and the need to make reparations for the past. What we once called political correctness has been a thing on certain progressive university campuses since the 1980s, but until relatively recently, extreme ideas more or less stayed there. Now, it feels as if these radical ideas are moving mainstream. Last week, as millions of Americans celebrated July 4th, Ben & Jerry's Ice Cream put out a tweet claiming that the United States exists on stolen land, which should be returned. This is ironic considering the fact the company itself sits on a portion of land that was previously owned by Native Americans. Not long before that, one of Bud Light's marketing executives talked about the need to distance the brand from frat guys and embrace inclusivity. Their campaign certainly seems to have cost them the frat guys without perhaps including as many new transgender customers. Reports suggest they lost about a third of their sales. Not long before that, there was Disney, a leading family entertainment business in America, which decided to take a radical stance on social issues in Florida that many families might object to. So why do companies take these stances? What possesses an established company to suddenly embrace an ideological stance almost designed to offend millions of potential customers? To understand why some people go woke, perhaps we should try to understand something about the nature of the woke belief system in the first place. Those that are woke are called woke because they see themselves as having woken up to the way that the world actually works, hence the name. According to their self-image, they have a heightened awareness of social injustice. So much so, in fact, that they have an understanding of the world around them that others do not have. Woke ideas give people a way of making sense of the world, however absurd it might seem to the rest of us. Woke ideology places everyone into a hierarchy of victimhood. Those with certain immutable characteristics are deemed oppressors, and those with others are deemed the oppressed. It is your so-called intersectional identity that determines where you sit in the hierarchy of victimhood and fundamentally your moral worth. Once you see the world this way, politics ceases to be a matter of personal preference or opinion. Instead, it becomes a choice between absolute right versus absolute wrong. Marketing ceases to be a matter of trying to maximize sales and revenue. It becomes a chance to demonstrate your absolute righteousness, even at the expense of telling your customers they are bad. Saddest of all, those that join the cult of woke all too often stop seeing friends and family as an assortment of people with mixed tastes and opinions bound by love. Instead, those that are not part of the cult of inclusivity and tolerance must be cut off. If the woke creed resembles a religion, it is one that does not seem to offer much hope of redemption. Those that fall short get canceled. Woke ideas are not merely an annoyance or an irritation. They are a profoundly malevolent belief system that, unless tackled, risk tearing the American Republic apart. It is encouraging that we are starting to see consumer boycotts against woke corporations, but we need to see much more of it. If we are to develop an effective antidote to the woke delusion, perhaps we must also recognize that human beings need to believe in something bigger and better than themselves. If we do not offer them a good and true belief system, they will latch onto one that is malevolent and false.